Hi guys, so this is Chalkstar and this is going to be my first video, and I thought I should make a video on how I installed my touchscreen, and this is somewhat DIY Slate Raven kind of thing, and so I'll tell you guys how I managed to do all this stuff. So let's begin. Now, so the thing is, this is basically a Sony 4K TV, and then I added a 43-inch IR touch overlay panel. So this is 20-point multi-touch. And now the thing is, Windows by default just supports multi-touch, and that's it. We don't have a lot of customization on gestures and stuff. So there are a lot of softwares, and there were a lot of softwares which are now out of development, so which did provide some sort of workaround for multi-touch gestures, but honestly they didn't work properly. For example, there was this multi-swipe, and multi-swipe had a lot of bugs, and at this moment you can't even download it. The server doesn't work. And then there was this touch me gesture studio. Again, it's old, and but at least you can download it. It's paid software. Then there's this one software called gesture sign. So there's this gesture sign. You can download it for free. You can download it from here, or Microsoft Windows store. What's called? It's Windows Store. So you can download this from here, or you can download this from Windows Store. This is free, and this did provide a lot of gesture support, but in the end it's not driver level work. So basically what happens is the touchscreen will send data or instructions, okay, to the driver, and then the driver will send that data to operating system, which will then send the data to gesture sign, and then gesture sign will do stuff. Either it gesture sign will again send some instruction to operating system or some other applications. So there were a lot of issues. I tried using this and it didn't work properly. So then I found out that this thing, this is basically UPDD. Okay, for those of you who know about UPDD, this is the same software that Slate Raven uses. Okay, and so you can get it. So basically what UPDD does is they will give you uh, a particular driver for your particular uh, hardware. So basically they have a long list of supported hardware. Okay, and chances are, if you have any hardware from name brands, or even Chinese brands, because the one I have is from Green Touch, and that's a Chinese brand. And then you have Chengwing, again a Chinese brand, and then you have PQ Labs, I guess it's from US. And then you have normal monitor companies like Samsung, Acer, and Dell, etc. So chances are that all the products available at this moment will be supported by UPDD software. So basically you need to download their utility, and it will check which hardware you have, and then based on that they will send you a evaluation copy, and you can try it for 7 days. It will be a 7 days demo, and after that you will have to buy it. And so basically this is actually a custom driver. So basically what happens is the hardware sends instruction or data to the driver, which is the UPDD driver, and then the UPDD driver basically converts the touches or gestures into different instructions, and then it will post that to operating system or the software you are using. So basically, in this process, there will be a way less latency and way less, fuck ups, because everything happens directly. And so yeah, so this is the UPDD, daemon, or yeah. So you can set a lot of stuff here. Not that this software is just for basic stuff. The actual thing happens on UPDD commander actually. So UPDD commander is where you can set all the gestures. Okay, so I'll show you the gestures. Okay, so I use Studio One. Okay, so Studio One by default supports multi-touch, but the problem is I didn't like all those things, because for example, in native Studio One, with one finger swipe, you can move the arrangement window, and I didn't like it because I want to select, I want to emulate a mouse click and drag gesture with one finger swipe. But Studio One by default, what it does is, for doing the click and drag gesture, you have to tap and hold and then drag. That's a lot of time. I didn't like it, so I tried it, and that's the reason I went with the UPDD route, because I didn't like the native gestures supported by Studio One. One can actually set all the gestures in Studio One. One finger drag is basically click and drag, and then you can do this. So this is for, again, this is this particular thing is happening through Studio One, because there are some issues. So yeah, so this is why it's not working exactly like it should. So this is the pinch thing. Studio One actually considers two kind of pinch gesture. So with two finger pinch gesture, so basically it thinks this and this are different, and that's why there are some issues with that. Okay, so you can't do anything with it. UPDD has a lot of functionality on Mac and not that much in Windows. So it's what it is. I can't do anything about it. So yeah, so then another thing is, which is basically, I'll show you by selecting something. So okay, so as you can see, it actually created a instrument track. One sec. So swipe from the right edge of the screen will create instrument tracks, and also it's a continuous gesture. That means if you continue swiping, the tracks will continue being created. Okay, so here is it. So you can see a lot of tracks are being created, and then similarly swipe right from the left edge will create audio tracks, and that's also a continuous gesture, which you can see continuously doing it and creating a lot of tracks. And then swipe down from the top part will actually add send. So that's also a macro that I created in Studio One. So you can see, so basically what it does is, it will do a command which is called show selected tracks. So you can see, you can only see one particular track, and then it will give you a lot of options. So I want to select a new bus. So also another thing is, with two finger swipes are basically for scrolls, so I can scroll using two finger. So you can see that. And now I will add an effects channel. Let's name it let's say reverb, and for now. So you'll see that there will be a track created called reverb at the end, which you can see. Actually, now how the command works, it is actually how the command works is, it will show all the tracks in the end. So that's why you could see all the tracks. So you can see the reverb track here. Okay, so that's with one finger. And now two finger, what I have done is basically most of the two finger swipes and gestures and everything are actually passed to the windows. So basically that's because there were some issues, and so I had to do that. So two finger swipe up and down will basically scroll. So that's a basic thing. uh, you can scroll using two fingers, and so like that you can scroll, and also you can pinch to zoom in and zoom out. This is all you can see all the commands here. So yeah, so the five finger rotate left is undo, and five finger rotate right is redo. So two finger tap will actually play pause like this, and then if I when it's playing, if I do another two finger tap, it will pause and it will then send the playhead back to its original position. But if I don't want that, so I have to do two finger double tap like this. So it's playing, you can see it's being played, and so it stopped exactly. The I mean the playhead moved exactly to the spot where I paused the playback. Okay, and so you can see this is a pause using two finger double tap, and that's a pause using one finger two finger single tap. So we can see the playhead actually jump back to its original position. Also I have another thing which is basically it's not that much useful. I have two finger press, and that app basically emulates mouse middle click. So you can see, so that's a mouse middle click. I can do the same thing using mouse middle click, but I sometimes I use it. Honestly speaking, I use the whole touchscreen with one hand, because I use my right hand always on the mouse, because you can see it's not a normal mouse, it's an MMO mouse. Okay, so MMO mouse, as in I have all these extra side keys, and there's another key here on the top. So what it does is basically all the top three are control shift alt, then it's control shift, control alt, and alt shift, and then this is control page up, control page down, control page up, and this is search, and then this is undo redo, and this is browser back. So and this is alt a. So alt a, what this does is basically if I hover over some parameter, it will create it will just create an automation track for it, the alt a thing. Okay, and yeah, so that's it. So most of the time I put my right hand on the mouse, and then I use my left hand on the whole touch screen area. So yeah, and keyboard, and this is a somewhat DIY Elgato Steam Deck, but with way much more buttons. So yeah, and that was two finger. So for three fingers, I'll just add a new track actually, and will show you. So now with three fingers. Okay, so three fingers, you can with three finger rotation, you can actually duplicate. So this is doing control D, and also this is uh, continuous gesture, because I am originally an EDM producer, and we do a lot of duplicating stuff in a continuous manner. For example, we need to duplicate the kick or snare in a continuous manner. So that's why I made this continuous gesture. And three finger swipe. Three finger rotate left is basically delete, and it's not a continuous gesture because no one deletes in continuous manner. That's not what it is. So then I need to go to some no good track actually. Let's go to this one. Yeah, okay. So three finger pinch uh, will actually show the instrument on the selected track. Now the selected track is important because you can't, if you are selecting a different track, then it will show that. Okay, so you need to keep that in mind. So one sec. Yeah, it opened up in a different window. I'll do that again. So yeah, so basically three finger pinch will show you the instrument on the currently selected track. Okay, and similarly five finger pinch will show you the plugins on a currently selected track. Again, the selected track is important. So yeah, now three finger swipe right will go to the next plugin, and swipe left will go to the previous plugin, like this. See, so this went to the next plugin, and this is going to the previous plugin. So let's say I want to see just the selected track. So I need to do a three finger swipe down like this, and see, I can actually see just the selected track. Now if I want to go back to the previous state, so I need to do the reverse, which is basically three finger swipe up. I have to do this in a normal area, because if I swipe down from the top, see, basically the history panel will open up. So three finger swipe left from the right edge will actually open or close, folders like this one. So you can see this is a core folder. Similarly, three finger swipe right from the left edge will actually show or hide envelopes. Okay, so let's say I want to zoom in to this particular event both horizontally and vertically. So I can use four finger swipes. So four finger swipe right will zoom in horizontally, and four finger swipe down will zoom in vertically. Similarly, four finger swipe up will zoom out vertically, and four finger swipe left will zoom out horizontally. So a four finger rotation will actually increase or decrease clip gains. So for example, I selected this particular event. Okay, and yeah, so the upper half is for creating ranges, and the lower half is for selection. That's how Studio One works. So four finger rotation will actually reduce the gain, or four finger rotate right will increase the gain. And also this is a continuous process or a continuous gesture. You can see on the left side, left bottom part of the screen, you can see the gain is increasing or decreasing. So when I do this, so basically four finger rotate right, the gain is increasing. You can see the waveform display here as well. And when I to four finger rotate left, the gain is basically decreasing. You can see to a point where you can't even see the event. Okay, so now I'm turning it to normal. Yeah, so that was four finger rotation. And then five finger single tap is Control F, which will invoke search. Okay, see, you can search anything, and I have shown the five finger rotate left and right. So rotate left is undo, and rotate right is redo. So for example, let's say I delete this. Okay, so that was undo, and redo, and then undo. Yeah, so that was it with Studio One. And I actually have a lot of other thing. For example, so yeah, apart from Studio One, I can use some sort of gestures on Google Chrome actually, because I use Chrome a lot, and so it's really useful. using three finger swipe right or left, I can move to next or previous tabs. So this is going to next tab, and then uh, yeah, and then let's say I uh, so yeah, so three finger swipe down will actually close the tab, which is basically control W. And then if I want to reopen the tab, which is control shift T by default, so I have to do this and it's reopened. Okay, and a two finger tap will actually uh, uh, play or pause the YouTube videos and stuff, and two finger double tap will, one second, so a two finger double tap will actually move the playhead back to 0, so you can see. And I don't think I have anything else. Okay, I guess another thing is basically a five finger swipe down will actually minimize the Chrome. Okay, and also a five finger tap will invoke a control F, because sometimes I search stuff. So that was it, and thank you for watching the video. I think this is a really long video. I mean, yeah, this is pretty long video, but thank you for watching, and I will be making a lot of videos like this one. And so if you like the video, do consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon. Usually this is the kind of stuff every YouTuber has to say in the video. So yeah, take care, bye bye, ciao.